Rebuilding the HVAC system on a 123 series. So Ryan, who's one of our Patreon supporters and bought an 82-300D, reached out to us recently. And in his email, he says, the HVAC push button panel in my car has no response. The blower motor is not turning on, and the car has no belt running the AC pump. Part of me just wants to start throwing money at things such as an HVAC panel, AC pump, monovalve, aux pump, condenser, but I know things can get very expensive when it comes to the HVAC system. At the same time, I don't want a system that is causing trouble down the road. I don't know where to begin. The AC pump and condenser are showing their age physically, but it doesn't mean that they're not functioning internally. Okay, so we're going to pick apart Ryan's dilemma here. So really Ryan has two problems. He's got a problem with his AC compressor and he's got a problem with his HVAC control unit. Now the AC system is going to be a pretty simple thing to resolve to begin with. There's going to be a lot of mechanical stuff on that end. After doing an inspection of all the hoses on the AC system as well as the condition of things like the wiring going to the compressor, the best approach on a 123 series 300D is to put a new compressor on. I personally like to go on eBay and look for NOS, Delco, or Harrison R4 compressors because these were generic GM products. NOS, always best, but if you can't find an NOS, even a Four Seasons compressor is fine. The trick with making these systems work right is to take apart every fitting, change every O-ring, replace the expansion valve, and replace the AC dryer. Now, there's a company called Spareto, S-P-A-R-E-T-O, in Italy that has AC dryers. And they're made by NRF, which is a Dutch company. I think these are the highest quality AC dryers in the market. I don't know if they're rebranded Chinese dryers or not, but I tend to think that they're not. So that's really the best approach. If not, you can always get your original one rebuilt. And then as far as the expansion valve goes, if you go on eBay and you type in this part number 126 820 0283 or 0383, I think that's it. But if you search for NOS 126 expansion valve, you'll find a number of valves that were sold by World Source, which was a WorldPac conglomerate. And these valves are made in the United States by this company called Eaton, E-A-T-O-N. And Eaton makes great HVAC products. The Egelhoff valves that came later on, you can go to a Mercedes dealership, and unlike the AC dryer and compressor, you can buy an expansion valve, but it's going to be a Chinese-built Egelhoff unit. So if you're going to come to me with Patreon questions, I'm going to come to you with a response that is the best response I can give you. And then you want to start flushing. You want to go to Napa and get their Red Can Temp Select AC Flush, which is a very, very good flushing agent, and use compressed air and like 3 or 4 cans of this stuff to get everything clean. If your compressor has grenaded internally and there's gray death in the system, you need to flush extra hard. But it is possible to save the condenser and the evaporator with a whole lot of flushing. And believe me, this system can be flushed to the point where it actually works again. Now, on the dryer, you want to replace this pressure switch and the AC fan switch. Both of these items are available from Mercedes. You want to test your auxiliary fan and make sure it works. And after you've put the new compressor on and the new dryer and expansion valve and tightened all the line connections, you use a vacuum pump, which you can buy at Harbor Freight for about $200, and a set of gauges, which you can buy for about $75 to suck the system down. And it should hold about 30 inches of vacuum for an indefinite amount of time. I usually leave it under vacuum for about a week. Now, when you're done, you add 180 cc's of PAG 150 oil without fluorescent dye, and you add Freon, and then you can run the system. Let's talk about the HVAC system. So the reason your HVAC control unit is dead could be one of 3 reasons. The first reason is because you have a bad ignition switch and you have to play with the ignition switch. The second one could be because the blower fan fuse in the fuse box is blown up. And if this happens and the fuse box terminal melts, you can actually take the 2 wires and you can relocate them to terminal 5 of the fuse box. That'll give you a non-damaged terminal to operate off of. In addition, other reason it can fail is because the board on the push button controller could have broken solder joints. So you can simply remove this thing from the dash, flip it over, and there's a little cover that you pop off on the bottom where you can see the whole circuit board and find all the bad solder joints and solder them back together. If that car is an 82 and it has its original push button controller, it means that it is very likely that those joints are broken, because in 1983 and 84 they made updates to the units concerning the type of solder they used, and they were much better. So they were subbing and improving these parts all the way through the production run. Now, in terms of your vacuum system for the HVAC, you're still going to have to replace your center vent actuator, your defrost actuator, etc. The center vent actuator is kind of a pain. It's held in with 3 little fingers. You either have to disassemble the actuator inside the dash and take it apart, or you can remove the dashboard. But there are a number of solutions to this problem. They're just not always the easiest solutions. The defrost actuator, you can buy one from a 107, change the end cap that locks into the dash with your original one from the 123, rivet the original 123 arm on, and then reinstall it. And it's pretty straightforward. And last, the recirculation actuator, which lives behind the glove box, has a diaphragm that likes to fail as well. Now, these aren't all of the problems that you could have. You could have a broken temperature sensor in the dash. It'll make the system run on hot all the time. You could have bad changeover valves, but these are increasingly unlikely in the face of what you actually have, which are either a bad fuse for the whole system, a push button control unit that needs to be resoldered, and definitely a bad compressor. And if you start by addressing those 3 issues, then you can make your way through the rest of the system. But by all means, don't throw parts and labor at a system unless you diagnose it. How much time are we at? 7 minutes. One final note. I know that some people talk about putting the ClimaWorks system on with the new condenser or whatever. I think that if you get the HVAC system working, you get it cleaned out, you get all your actuators working right, you make sure your auxiliary fan and fan clutch are working, you make sure you have a good radiator. I find that upgrading the system isn't really necessary, although sometimes you may have to rebuild AC hoses. But I will say that if you are concerned about cold weather operation, the Klima Design Works mono valve is great, because it actually does keep the temperature consistent, unlike the Mercedes valve. So Ryan, good luck with your car. Look for your push button control unit issues and replace your compressor first. Don't just start throwing parts at the whole system. You'll be fine.
You want to reference anything about Ryan being only 27 years old?
Great time to start. You're going to need a few months learning the system, but it's always nice to see young people that want to purchase real cars instead of, aspiring towards owning a Dodge Charger or a lifted truck with a Carolina squat rear axle or something. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you can take this to the bank. And thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. If you want one of your questions answered in a video, please just let Thomas know when you message him through the Patreon portal, and I will make a dedicated video for you when we film on Thursdays. Thanks.